gone through all this stuff. So going back to the question you have is being able to use this, and when we go out to the community, I talk very openly. I talk from my heart. I speak very honestly. There's some things that I will not discuss, and if the questions are asked, I will say I'm not able to discuss at this point in time, and then given time I may. But hopefully these sessions that we do will open up people's eyes, and as you all walk out of here, you know, abuse is around us. If you ask people, or you just open up and you think someone's being abused, you know, open the dialogue. We don't tell anybody what to do, like you said, or where, how to do it. Just let them know. Victims, sometimes they need a hug, you know. They just need to be hugged, and they just need to be told, you know, I love you, you know, I'm here for you. Victims feel really stupid when they get asked this question. Please, guys, as you walk out here, don't ever ask anything. So why do you stay? Do you know how stupid they feel? But they can't, because, God, if they had the strength to leave, they would leave. If they had the resources, they didn't know how they would leave. That's a really, really difficult question to answer as a victim, because it's, I still can't answer it. I still cannot answer that question. There is no answer. I don't know. I mean, are you able to answer that question? But why do you stay?
No, it's a very difficult thing. I think that whether you're a victim of domestic violence or any other kind of abuse, you know, we all hold ourselves responsible for things that happen to us, and that may not, that's most oftentimes abuse, not the case. There's a tendency to think that it's our fault and we did something because of anger or violence. No, these questions are not easy to answer, obviously, because every case is very different, every experience is very unique, and how we cope with it, how we deal with it is what's very different. But speaking of questions, I think it's time to open it up to your lovely audience.
Don't be shy.
I don't have a question, I just have a statement with what Sukree said. As you can see, I mean, it took her a great effort in writing this book, and domestic violence has been labeled pretty much in the past, it's been like housewives. But one of the things that we carried on our theme in Guyana for Break the Silence was domestic violence does not have a face, right? It has many faces. Because Sukree as a professional woman experienced domestic violence, and we have many professional women who experience it. So
And men.
And men. And you know, you don't have to look a certain way. We have a very close friend of ours who was the former First Lady of Guyana, who experienced domestic violence in her own right. And she's a part of our group. So it can happen to anyone. And I'm closing on Sukree's note on that. The cards that she was talking about, before you guys leave, grab a couple of these, because you yourself might not be experiencing domestic violence, yeah, but you might know someone. Keep a couple of these in your bag, and if you encounter someone, give them one of these, because this is like, it's like the 10 Commandments, or like Narcotics Anonymous group runs these 12 steps, and if you understand that, they'll understand this. So you may not be experiencing it yourself, but you could help someone else. So bottom line is breaking the silence is passing the word, because we have to create more dialogues in our community. You know, because I know with our Guyanese community, we are suffering on that. So we are trying to make an effort to bring that forward. This is great.
Thank you.
Good job.
Yeah, let's have the audience ask any questions they feel they want to ask. Be brave, you know.
One question first. You said you're going to read from the book. Is it after the question?
Yeah, let's go through some questions. You want to read? What do you guys want? Do you want to go questions first or read? What do you guys want?
We should ask the question.
Yeah.
So I have a specific question. You mentioned, let me introduce myself first. My name is Gita Lau. I write for Netflix, both Caribbean New Yorker. You mentioned that you started writing a diary of 5. Does the book span from the time you started writing the diary, what was happening at that time to the time you left, or does it go back?
I went back, and when you're telling any memoir, you have to set So what I had to do with the story, I started writing the story at that point in time, and as I was writing the story, I was asking myself questions. How did I become what I am? How did I become this way? So I had to go back to my childhood. So this book starts from when I was 4 years old. It sets the base for the belief system I was part of, my cultural beliefs, how I was raised, and I try to condense that in a very short 30 or 40 pages to give the reader a basis, because if I didn't do that, Rita, I felt that people wouldn't understand. They would assume that I became a victim because I come from a victimized home. And that's why this story is a little different. I did not come, I was never, like I say, I was never spanked. I mean, never hit.